Hey there, everybody. I hope you're having a sweet Saturday. It is a rainy Saturday here, and it's a little bit cool. So, yeah, I still have on my cozy PJs from last night because, sometimes it's just like, do I really want to change out of my PJs? And the answer is no, I don't, especially if it's raining and I don't have anywhere to go. I hope all of you are doing good. We have two journals. We're experiencing rain. These are very sunny, warm colored, happy, peaceful journals to go into the Etsy store today. Actually, they're already listed, so if you want to hop on over there and check them out, that would be awesome. The first journal this is called Blue Hawaii. Blue Hawaii was a 1961 Elvis movie. I remember my sister watching it because she's a big Elvis fan. Me, not so much, but my sister is. And I remember her watching the movie, and maybe even my parents. Though in 1961, I was only 3 years old, so maybe Elvis marathons is where we get that from. Anyway, the hibiscus pattern reminded me that the state flower of Hawaii is the hibiscus. Now these are blue hibiscus. I just think that the pattern is really pretty here. This is a big mama journal. We're going to measure it up and see just how big she is. She is expansive, to say the least. She's 5 inches thick. This journal does have a rather big spine. It's 2.5 inches. I finished it off with some sparkly blue beads as well as a lampwork bead right here. I think that just really did work with the theme of the book. You might notice that there are hairy paper clips in here, but as we go through, you'll see that I'm using hairy paper clips in a different way. The closure on this is a little fussy. It is a star because I just really liked it. And then it reminded me that Hawaii was the 50th state, I think. But anyway, it's, how I get carried away with the theme. I can't help it. It like totally, when I'm putting together a book like this, I get really engaged in it, and I want it to be beautiful, and I want it to be special for you guys. You might notice that the cover of this book is a little bit bowed. Sometimes that happens depending on what weight the cereal box, the cracker box, whatever it is I'm using. But to me, it kind of just nestles the journal in real sweetly on the front. I really dig the blue here. I think that it just goes along with the theme of the book. So, let's talk a little bit about a creative journal. So, should you find yourself waiting, if you have appointments, and you're in a waiting room, or if you are like my son and every few weeks he has to have an infusion, and that's time consuming, and he always he always takes a book or something to read, this would be a great we're waiting kind of book. Whether you're waiting on testing, whether you're waiting on an infusion, whether you're waiting on a treatment, whether you're waiting at the bus stop, whether you're waiting on the train, it's a great wait book. The reason is because you can go through here and you can choose elements, just like this element right here. You see the paperclip right there. All these things go together. The colors are already coordinated for you. So all you got to do is take them out and glue them together, or glue them somewhere else in your book. I mean, basically what you have here is a ready-made receptacle for glue booking. I kind of love this feature here. This is Klondike Kate. This is an 1853 report to Congress. This is some beautiful botanical. This, guys, is my sweet friend Judy made seed paper. So the story is if you plant the seed paper that it will actually sprout. I haven't tried it yet, but I think it's a very intriguing concept. We have these little curated packages for you. This again is just like a very quick, very easy, let's suppose that you have like you have a wee tiny attention span, and you just got to grab it and you got to complete whatever it is. I'm like that, y'all. It's not really that I have a short attention span. It's like I really do like to complete a project when I sit down to get it done. I admire people who can paint or draw or sculpt. My uncle is the potter Michael Sherrill, and he can work on a piece. Now his pieces go in museums and corporations and things like that. So he spends a lot of time working on his pieces. I can't do that. I got to get mine done. But of course his are massive pieces. To me, a piece of art is like a 8.5 by 11 or an 8 by 10 or a 5 by 7 or something like that. I like the, working with the smaller sort of format. Again, you've got a little package of elements right here. You'll see the pages have words for you to journal about. Maybe this is just the thought behind what you're going to make. This one says go with the flow. This one says complicated. And I put the word complicated on a heart, because sometimes love is complicated and sometimes getting along is complicated. This is a piece of my original art. It says ultimate on it. You got some coffee dyed paper, some botanicals, some old dictionary pages, which I love old dictionary pages. This one says good times. Love you to the moon, and your keyword is explore right here. This is kind of a double pocket because you have places to put things. That's another awesome quality of these journals. When you finish a project, you can put that project right back into one of the 8 pockets that you have in this book. I've got some vintage right here for you. I love this one. It says take care. It has an old man on it. This is some awesome Tim Holtz vellum. Really pretty. A pocket for you to play with. I really did have to toss in a little bit of Christmas here because we do have that coming up. So no matter how you choose to pull your elements together, thematically or by color or pattern or shape or texture, there should be plenty in here for you to work with. Let's suppose that you've got a long attention span, or you would like to have projects that fill a day or fill a morning. I'm 65. After my current work ends in November, although this is actually a lot of work. I mean, my Etsy store. But one of my work things is going to drop off my schedule. So whether you're newly retired or just like me and you're just freaking tired, this is a great book. This is an original ancient photograph. It's a school picture, a school group picture, really sweet. Or if you're like me and you're just plain tired and you just want to sit, but your fingers and your hands are still anxious to do something, this is like the perfect book with a moment to spare. If you're a younger girl while your kids are occupied, or if you're an older girl, then while your grandkids are occupied, this is a great book to just pick up and with a glue stick and with a pair of small scissors, you can start putting elements together and putting them in your pockets. Let's suppose that you are, you know, you're wanting to learn to glue book, you're wanting to, again, really fiddly here, okay? So just be aware of that. You just got to put that string under that star, but that star was too yummy to not use. I forgot what we were talking about. Welcome to 65. This is sunshine, and it really does look like a little slice of sunshine here. I've got sunshiny, sparkly beads on the spine, and again, you know, the hairy paperclip kind of thing going on up here. What I did with the hairy paperclip concept was I started tying fibers to the top of the paper clips, and I was like, well, I kind of like that, because it did give it that movement that I really loved about hairy paper clips. But I thought that hairy paper clips maybe had reached like an expiration date. I'll glue this back, y'all. This didn't quite, you know, I say that, but the problem is, and if you want to call it a problem, you can call it a problem, is I tend to really stuff the pockets of these, and I just can't help it. That's just all there is to it. We've got another paper clip here. These things are curated. These colors go together. This is a Q word right here, you know, so whether you want to call that a journal prompt or an art journal prompt or whatever you want to call it. This says choose. This says screams. So you can see that when you go through here, you're going to have curated elements, curated pages. Look how nice all this goes together. So, you know, if you're off on an adventure of mixed media, or off on an adventure of making art trading cards, or off on an art journal adventure, or off on a glue book adventure, or, you know, if you are filling another journal, let's suppose you have bought your 2024 planner and you're just looking for ways to kind of juice it up, right? You're looking for ways to kind of make it your own. Then a book like this has elements that you could put into a 2024 planner and just create beautiful pages. I don't know why I want to make beautiful pages. I had an experience in the grocery store the other day. I'm going to tell y'all about it. So I was standing at the avocado display, and there were avocados, and there were lemons, and there were limes. And the produce girl came through, and she started rearranging the limes, the lemons, the guacamole, the avocados, because you make guacamole with them. And I was like, oh my gosh. I said, you made that so pretty. She said, it has to be pretty, doesn't it? And I was like, yes. Are you my long lost soul sister or what? She said, everything I do, I like to make it pretty in the produce department. And I said, you know what? I really appreciate that. I think you are a very unique, wonderful human. And she just laughed. She was like, oh, lady, you have made my day. And it was so sweet. It was just like one of those really sweet moments. I had another sweet moment. Not long ago, I was in Goodwill and I was shopping, and there was a sweet little girl over at the stuffed animals. And there was a unicorn on a shelf she couldn't reach. And she was looking at it, and I said, do you like that? And she said, mm-hmm. So I said, do you want me to hand it to you? She said, mm-hmm. So I handed it to her, and she ran to her mom, and she pointed to me, and her mom gave me the thumbs up and everything. She was so happy walking out of that store with her little unicorn. It was just the sweetest thing. Her mom had not abandoned her. I don't want to leave you with that impression at all. She was just standing on the next aisle. And it was just, any time that you can just kind of make somebody happy, or relieve the tension in a situation or make a light in the darkness, especially now. It's just a dark time. We cannot deny that it is a dark time in the world. But anytime you can provide a little bit of levity, you can provide a little bit of happy, you can provide a little bit of beauty, you can provide a little bit of organization, do it. I promise you, even if nobody pays any attention at that moment, your heart will go, hey, I made that better. And your heart will feel better for just making something a little better, a little more improved, putting a smile on somebody's face. Things like that are important, my friends. Okay. These 2 journals are already in the Etsy store, so please do go visit. Remember, when you go visit, and you like something, it helps me with my algorithms. Remember, if you just give me a thumbs up over here at YouTube, that means so much. If you make a comment and it's over 5 words, I get extra points for that. So thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you so much for your support of the Etsy store. As a girl living on Social Security, I really, really appreciate it. Thanks a bunch, y'all. See you later. Bye.